pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I will call the Moffett County Commissioners. We have it. Agenda item L.
Well, do we strike in or what's the deal there?
Aaron has ours struck.
Oh, you guys have it updated.
That in Gavitt or whatever it is?
Which one?
Yeah, we didn't,
Yeah.
that got taken off of there. We didn't get the contract back.
Okay, so you got a different one.
I do have a different
You
one.
got the updated one. Okay.
So yeah, noting that we have stricken.
In. Isn't it?
Okay,
In Gavitt.
so noting that strike. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And we'll move on to public comment. This is your opportunity if anyone wants to share anything with us. We'll have 3 minutes. Yeah, come on up, state your name and share your thoughts.
Do I need to push anything on
I
here?
don't think so. They should be turned on.
My name is Heather McGillivray, and I have lived in this community for 6 years now. And I would like to participate in your meetings, but I work in Steamboat along with 6,000 other people. And unfortunately, you have them only first thing in the morning is on a Tuesday, and there's no way for me to interact with you guys. So I've written you guys a letter asking you to have public meetings at least once a month in the evening so that more of our community can participate. And I ask you again to do that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for public comment? Any general discussion?
No, I'll see if there's.
Yeah. Anyone else for public comment this morning? Come on up.
Just real briefly, my name's Kathy Shea, and I've lived here since 1977. And I've called lately to get an update about the property on Ranny Street. Because now here again, we have a lovely venue, the River Park, we have Loudy Simpson, we have all these things going on at Loudy Simpson, now the River Park. And still, people have to drive by that piece of property on Ranny Street. So I called last week or so to ask them for an update. Didn't hear a thing, never heard a thing back.
Who'd you call?
Whoever is here.
He talked to Kathy and then I transferred her down to Candace and that's
Okay.
what Candace was on
Yeah.
vacation. So.
Oh, she was on vacation?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, so yeah. So I'm just wondering what the update with that is. Can they at least put a fence up? That is not a very good impression of Craig coming to the events that we try to market. So. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy.
We had one more join us. Anyone else for public comment? Doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
So we have a public hearing at 8:45. We should be able to get a staff report, at least one. So Dan, if you want to come up and talk to us about your bid recommendation for the motor grader. Morning.
You know, we put out a bid for a 2026 motor grader this year. We had two bids. one for a John Deere and one for a Caterpillar. The base price on the John Deere was $427,368.98. The John Deere was $466,009.26. So the actual difference there is $38,640.28. That's before trade-in. And we're gonna take the old one instead of trading in. We're gonna try to sell it on Purple Wave. We've had good success with that. It's a online auction service. So I would like to recommend that we purchase the John Deere from Four Rivers in Grand Junction for $427,368.98.
Pull your mic down when you. She's having trouble hearing. Okay, any questions for Dan?
What's the? How come it says 377,308.98?
That's after trade-in. They offered us 50,000 trade-in. John Deere did. Caterpillar offered us 48,000. But we discussed this and we think it'll be, get more than that off of the Purple Wave auction service, so. This was all using the trade-in.
What's the total price for the John Deere?
It's right there at the top, $427,368.98. That is over budget by $32,368.98, but I'm certain we'll get more than that for the, out of the auction, so.
So you still think that, it's a better option?
I do.
I mean, I'd rather spend 38,000 extra and keep everything the way we have it, right? I mean, so, but if you think that's the better deal,
I think
as far
it's
as-
better for the county for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Mainly, if we just go Caterpillar all the time, they're gonna get more, with no competition. And I would like to give this a shot at saving us almost $40,000, and we'll find out if it's a bad decision, we'll know in a couple of years. But I really,
Yeah.
The trouble we've had with Caterpillar lately, and I'd like to give it a try.
Okay. Well, I trust you. I just want to make sure that we're not just doing it because it's the cheaper one, but if you
Well,
think
if
it's
it
the
was
best deal.
a few $1,000s would be one thing. We're talking 40 grand here. That
Mhm.
seems like a lot of money to me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. They need a little competition anyway.
For sure. I just think that 40 grand can be eaten up pretty quickly on $1,000 thereafter. Or if we pay our guys travel time to go haul it to Junction, $40,000 is nothing when you pay fuel and you pay if we're hauling it or if they're coming up. And that's 40 hours of work.
But we don't know that that's gonna be necessary. We're just assuming.
For sure.
you
Yeah.
know,
100%.
John Deere stayed in business for a long time. They must have a decent product, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Chair, I'll make, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You want me to go? Chair, I'll make a motion that we go as recommended in purchasing the John Deere 770 from Rivers Equipment for the amount of $427,368.98.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? I'll just say thanks for your patience while we did the extra due diligence.
That's right. Well, that's what we do.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks, Dan.
We'd have 5 minutes before public hearing. Is that enough? Or would you? Okay, then come on up. Todd Wheeler and Justin DeBravo. for a memo of understanding for the event ambulance services. Good morning.
Morning, Justin DeBravo from Memorial Regional Health. Thank you for having me. This is just a memorandum of understanding, trying to put in writing that the hospital would be willing to help cover special events. And all that we're asking is that we get set notice for some of these special events that we know are coming around pretty early so that we can plan for staffing and coverage. Within this, it also states that the county sponsored events would not be charged. And then it would be the ones that have ticket sales and revenue that we would charge to cover for those events. It also in here outlines when it would be required to have, say, a full staffed ambulance, when it would be required to have maybe a single provider there providing aid. And just that way, we're not taking an ambulance out of service when it's not necessary for a smaller event or venue that's requesting one. And then it puts down a price point of requesting an ambulance and having one on standby there. And then, of course, it has in there that our priority are going to be our patients and our 911 system and getting people out. So we're going to do every effort that we can to get these events staffed. But there may be an occasion where we may not be able to staff due to a very busy system. If we run 3 calls in a set period, we may lose coverage for just a little bit until we can get those handled.
This is also an agreement too for any other event organizers. Be the same, basically MOU, that the county would take preference, but they would use this as their application to apply for MRH's services. County attorney has reviewed this, made his suggestions and changes, and it was sent back to MRH for final.
And that would be something that we could hand out when they're doing their event application.
Yes, this would have to be included in their packet anytime an event is held at the fairgrounds
Or Loudy.
or Loudoun, yes. Any county facility, basically.
Okay.
And this one has been approved by the hospital's attorney as well. And then the CEO, Jennifer Riley, did go ahead and sign it already.
Do you have the charges on here? The fees, I see 150, but I don't know that that's, what is it costing if someone's doing that? Do we have that lined out or no? Just something, I guess, if we're gonna charge somebody, we need to tell them up front what it's gonna cost them to charge. I see here, service user agrees to pay an additional $150 in additional standby fees, but as far as I'm putting on an event, how much is it gonna cost me to
Base fee.
a base fee? I think that needs to be lined out in here. If we're going to charge people.
Yes, I believe that is missing for some reason. It was in one of the originals, so
Yeah, I thought it was.
I can revise that and add it in.
Okay. So
What
I
is
think,
that rate?
No, you're okay. That's definitely a good, really
I
good.
think we should not approve it until we know those fees and maybe table it to next meeting. I don't know. I just hate to prove something that we don't know what the fees are and then,
No, of
you know what I
course.
mean?
Yeah, that was in the last draft.
And apologies. I saw the 150 in there and thought.
Well, that's-
Yeah,
That's just,
that it was still the fee on it.
because it is a base rate, single rate for the events.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was inadvertently removed.
We'll get that corrected and bring back a.
Maybe at the
version
next
that
meeting.
has it. Yeah.
So Chair, I'll make a motion that we table this to the next meeting, July 28th. Meeting.
Second.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
All right, I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
All right. And that brings us just in time for the public hearing. So let the record show that today's posted public hearing regarding ordinance 2026-0714, adopting the 2024 edition of the Model Traffic Code first reading. This item is on today's agenda and posted on the Moffett County website. This is the first reading of this proposed ordinance. Once the public hearing has been declared, I will ask the County Attorney Max Salazar to present the ordinance. Once the information has been presented, the commissioners may ask questions or make comments. I'll then ask the audience if there's anyone who wants to testify either for or against. Any citizen of Moffett County may testify once the public hearing has been declared and all information has been presented. For those who want to testify, you'll be asked to approach the commissioners, state your name for the record, and be given 3 minutes to present your testimony either for or against. Erin Miller will be the timekeeper today. She will notify the board and the speaker that the 20 seconds remain before the time is up. No decisions will be made during the public hearing. This is an opportunity for any of you to provide testimony in favor of or in opposition of the proposed resolution. The commissioners have the option of asking questions or answering questions related to the topic during the hearing process. Once all testimony has been heard, the public hearing will be declared closed and we will go back to the regular session. I will then refer back to the board for discussion and decision on said resolution. With that, good morning, Max.
Morning. Max Salazar, County Attorney. So this ordinance is basically housekeeping. Currently, we have the 2020 Model Traffic Code in our ordinance. And so what this does is update it to the 2024 version. And mainly what consists or what's in this update has to do with a lot of kind of minutia. Basically, there's some changes to the points that are assessed to certain speeding violations. There's a section in here that addresses low speed electric vehicles, low speed scooters, stuff like that. And so what this would do is bring our ordinance in line and consistent with all the other current state traffic laws in the state. So this is the first reading or introduction of the ordinance. After this, we will publish this twice in the paper. And then after that, we'll hold a second public hearing. And then I think 30 days after that, it will become effective. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to attempt to answer them, but I think that's the gist of it.
We have a copy of it in the office for people to review as well.
Yeah.
Any questions for Max?
Not at this time.
All right. I will then open it for anyone in the audience who wants to testify for or against this first reading of the updated model traffic codes. Last call, anyone who'd like to speak for or against? Okay, hearing none, I will declare this hearing closed and refer back to my fellow commissioners.
Chair, I make a motion to approve ordinance 2026-0714, adopting the 2024 edition of the Model Traffic Code first reading.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries. And that completes our actions for today. And we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Mhm,
Thanks,
Thank you.
Max. Hey, Max.